everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Optimal Life Balance, where you take charge of your life, both personally and business, and have fun along the way. We've been going over the last few episodes of the UBU on it, and I have a workshop for that coming up with it. So if you're interested, you saw this in the past, you can please still even see the workshop because it will be a course at the end of it. So please get in touch with me, and I'd love to share more about that with you. But we were kind of going through the different stages of how to be you, who to be you. And we first had to figure out where we've been, what has limited beliefs and what things have held us back. What are those different fences that we put up in the different pickets of each area of which picket of each fence, what it stood for, if it's for what we were told that we couldn't do, how we believed about ourselves, or what has been holding us back. Then we needed to start with that. We also then worked on how to start recognizing them and breaking through them and start knocking down for that end streaming of what's on the other side of the fence, that we don't have to be held back by what that fence that we put in protect us, as well as though hold us from our future and what God's put into us. Then we went over into the second episode. We went into more of where do you want to go? What dreams do you have for yourself in those areas of your life? What is on that other side of the fence, and why do you want it? Given a good enough strong reason so that when life and obstacles and blockers come in your way, you've got a strong foundation of belief in yourself and belief in God that you are designed for greatness and that you can do it. And what you put out there that you're seeing, you're worthy of having, and to do it. And how to, when things come up, how to start changing that mindset. We go into it really more deeply in our workshops, in my other courses, in our one-on-one coaching. We can customize this with our my digital coaching also, that we kind of start working on that transformation and working it over through the next year of customization to you. So today we're going to really talk about, are you really ready for all these changes? We kind of realized where we were and where we want to go, but are we ready to take the action steps? Have we had enough? Are we just tired of being tired? Have we hit that level, a healthy level of disgust, and realize, you know what? I can have more than I have in my life. Yes, it's going to take some work on my behalf, but I'm worth it. So once we hit that level, and if you're not at that level yet, then we maybe need to work on some stuff on it. And you'll know you're at that level when you make that decision of not having that cake, or not going out and spending that money, or not watching something that doesn't line up with your beliefs, or saying or doing something or going somewhere that isn't part of who you are and that journey you want to go on, and you're tired of being stuck where you are. You're tired of people telling you what to do, or feeling like you can't do something. When you're saying, you know, God, this, and what I did on my health journey back in 2018 is I pretty much stood in my living room and said, God, I'm tired of being tired. I'm tired of not feeling good. I'm tired of not liking what I see in the mirror. And he took me and said, okay, then let's do it. Then he had worked with me through my journey. Now, yes, it was hard. I took a year and a half and I lost 150 pounds. I've kept it off about 3 years. This last year, I stepped away from my health journey and realized I shouldn't have. I let other things come in my way and saying, oh, well, I'll take care of that later. I'll take care of that later. And I'm now got to get back on my health journey. And I'm realizing, because I don't like what I see in the mirror anymore, because I liked what I turned into. So I gained a little bit of my weight back on it, not as much as I lost, and which is a good thing, because I realized, okay, stop. You are worth it, and I'm ready. I've hit that healthy level of disgust again, that all these new clothes you bought are not fitting, and I'm not buying new clothes in a bigger size anymore. So when you hit that level of discussed, you got to then go refocus on, why do you want to do it? Why is this important to you get out of that debt, or change that career, or mend that family, or start having fun in life and realizing that life is too short not to start doing what you want to do when you can. Now, that doesn't mean quit your job and go, live on an island someplace and not have any responsibilities. It's meaning that you can still have the responsibilities, but you could still have fun and enjoy life, because when you enjoy it, you'll enjoy those responsibilities too, and balancing it out. So when we think of where we are and how we are stuck in what our journey is, we want to start really going into the point of, how do I get out of this? What can I do to start making the changes with it? And to me, the biggest thing that we've talked about before is having a community around you to support you. And that is what, as a coach, I would do. Is I'm your cheerleader, as well as your accountability person, as well as your confidant into that. If you step out of off the reservation, or behind that fence, again, whatever terminology you want to use on it, if you get stuck and something comes up to you, it's okay, because you've got that community of people who are like-minded and want to grow and want to change, to keep moving forward. So when we start thinking, okay, what do we need to do? We need to start planning and setting goals. And we want to set true goals. We use the formality of SMART: is specific, measurable, accountable, time, and realistic, and time. We want to make sure we're setting goals that we are going to be able to achieve, but also are ones that are stretching us, and so that we can make through the steps going through it. You want to lose 50 pounds, you're not going to say, I'm going to lose 50 pounds in a month. Let's go realistically and say, I'm going to lose 50 pounds over the next 5 months. And by doing that, though, I'm not going to I have to come up with a meal plan, an exercise plan, drinking my water, getting my sleep, whatever it may be. I want to get out of debt. Well, you've got $10,000 in debt. It's not going to go away in a month. But you could say, okay, I'm going to take my smallest credit card that's got a $500 balance on it, say, and I'm going to pay that off in the next 5 months by paying an extra $100 a month. Well, they're going, okay, well, how do I get the $100 a month? I'm going to have a garage sale. It is those kind of things that we work together as a coach and a client in figuring out what works best for you with your life, and how do we customize those action steps around what you've got. If you're building a business and you got a full-time job, you can't just say, well, I'm going to quit my job and start building this business, especially if you got no nest egg and that full-time job is your health insurance and all of that. You got to be smart on it. But that doesn't mean you can't build a side business to in one day may become your full-time business. And that is what I'm working on right here. On it, I've got my full-time job that, though it gives me no passion like this does, it supplies the support of the house, the income, it supplies my health insurance and all of that it comes with it, which till the time when I have to then step away from it, I could step away with confidence because I worked on it. And maybe you don't want to step away from your job. You like what it is, but you do want to do something more on the side. And if it's a side business, or even if it's just a passion of volunteering and helping and feeling like you're giving back, let's start planning that out. Let's start setting goals that we can work towards every day. The objective is if you take a minimum of 3 action steps a day, towards your goals, you can start seeing achievement, because you've done over 1,000 steps by the end of a year on it. And we don't want to set our goal up so big that we never could make it. So like, even like I say, in like the financial goal, it's in a 5 month goal, but then each month you have action steps to a smaller goal that I've paid off this much. I lost this much weight. I lost 10 pounds this month. I started going to Bible studies every day, or started reading my word. For fun, I made a date night with my girlfriends every month. Smaller steps, because when you achieve those smaller steps, you have the momentum, the confidence you're building to continue to work towards that bigger goal, because you're seeing achievements. Sometimes you want those small little quick starts, goals, that for 30 days I am going to drink so much water, or for 30 days I'm going to use my action tracker to start keeping me on track, or 30 days I'm going to start making sure I take my vitamins, my gummies, to give me my rise in the morning and my rest at night, or whatever it may be, to start moving forward. So in this episode, we want to really start thinking, how do we take those things that we want to go to, make them in a goal that is realistic, smart, time for the else, measurable, and accountable, that we can hold ourselves accountable by having a coach accountable, a community accountable, posting it on Facebook and have the world be my accountability, whatever it is. Because when we don't have some sort of accountability to it, we can say, well, no one knows when I didn't do that on it. But when you have that accountability partner or that coach to help you, is when you know you're going to check in next week and they're going to ask you, did you lose any weight, or did you start that action step towards that career change, or did you schedule the time to do have a date or anything else, and you have to say yes or no. Well, if you've got the relationship that you've built with them, you don't want to say no. You don't want to let them down. You don't want to disappoint them, as well as then yourself, on that you didn't achieve it. Because when you do achieve it, you feel good about it. You know, when you say you're going to do something, that build that integrity up in yourself. Now, because there's two parts to integrity. There's integrity to your word to others, but what's more important is integrity to your word for yourself. If you said you're going to do it, do it. Yes, things come up, like I said before, and things may happen, but keep that word to yourself. You're worth it. So we want to really start now taking all the different areas that we want to start changing, those few goals that we really want to start working on, and start setting them so that we can start taking the action steps that we need to start moving forward. What's great about all of this is, with the UBU workshop that I've got coming up, and our digital program where it takes you through it, it helps you track what's being done, it gives you training, and I'm continually as your accountability coach to hold you to it and work on more personal situations that come up that you may have. With that, you'll start feeling the confidence, start seeing the difference going forward. Now, remember too, it's not going to happen overnight, but it's not going to hopefully not take years and years. But there's different parts of what you have to do. But the objective of it and working with you is, yes, I would love to work with you for a long time, forever, if you have to, if you need me. But the purpose of it is helping you build that confidence, helping you build those tools so that you can start taking those action steps on your own. And you've got those tools in your tool belt of what it is. So then when that fence or that picket of starts coming back up, you're saying, I know how to break that down. I know what I need to do. And if all else fails, I've got my community. I've got my accountability partner. I've got what I need to do to go forward. And until I build that strength on my own, I know I can do it. But when I could still learn to have fun, I could still do things on it. And I'm learning as I'm doing it. I'm never going to be perfect. And you're never going to stop learning. And the day you stop learning, to me, is the day you die. Because you're going to always be in different seasons of your life and different things you're going to be going through, that you're going to have to learn how to use these tools and systems and checklists or whatever to knock it down and move it forward. How when that blocker of fear comes up, on how to use that blocker of discipline to knock it down and say, I've got control of this. I'm not going to let fear take control of me anymore. I've got gratitude when things don't look good, that I can do what it needs to be done. So when we start working on those different things, that's part of our programs, is to help you realize that when you become you and take charge of who you are, there's so much more in life to enjoy on it. And I'm going through this journey myself. I've been through a lot. From where I was, I would say I'm almost 200% different, but from where I'm going, I still got another 200% where I want to go. And I know you say, well, how 200? It's meaning that I've gone so far. So when you're on this journey, and that was my biggest thing when I started my journey, even with my mindset journey and my feeling, my self-development journey, but even with my health journey, I had lost, 20, 50 pounds, and I look in the mirror and I didn't see the difference yet because my mindset hadn't shifted into what I saw with my own eyes, till I went and looked back at a picture of myself before I started this journey and see how far I come. So maybe periodically we need to stop and say, okay, I may have this much of my distance, but how far have I traveled on this road trip? How far have I come on this journey that I'm putting myself through? And be proud of what you've done so far with it. So we want to start really taking all of these different things that we're working on, different tools and things that I've taught in other episodes, things that I've got coming forward that I'm excited about, and even like in your business, different marketing things on how to use this for yourself, and how to use these same tools in your business to grow it. If it's stuck and you're not growing your business, that if that's what you want to start to do, then how to use these tools and these goal settings in that to make that where it wants to go. If your family life is not where it wants to be, the same idea. The framework is the framework, and it doesn't matter if you're wanting to be a coach, or you want to be a doctor, or you want to be a school teacher, or you stay-at-home mom, and you feel overwhelmed and not feeling that you are being who you are meant to be. Let's work together and start seeing what we can do. So I hope you've been enjoying this short little 3-part episode of You Be You. I would love to work with you more. Like I said, get in touch with me. I will share with you. If you see this a while later, the program I've got, even though I'm having a workshop coming up soon, it will be continually. I'm making a course out of it at the end so that you can go back and do it, and I can work with you at any time. But till then, I just want to say, as I say before, have a blessed and fun day, and I will see you soon. Thanks, everyone.